What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Surviving with Thaumcraft 5. Today, guys, we're going to be messing around with the Focal Manipulator, and more specifically, we're going to be using it to upgrade the Wand Focus of 9 Hells. Now, unfortunately, we haven't actually had a chance to mess around with this one yet, but we're going to be researching it today, and if you don't know, the Wand Focus of 9 Hells allows you to pretty much command the fire bats that you'd find in the Nether to attack things for you, which is why if we open up and check out the Wand Focus of 9 Hells research, you can see its description is tiny terrors, which I find pretty funny. But the main reason that we're going to be using these together today is because I want to get to the tier 5 upgrade, which is vampire bats, which the description is vicious little bloodsuckers. So I'll leave you with that for now. If you don't know anything about this, it's really cool. I will discuss it a little bit later, but before we can actually worry about doing this, we need to make both the Wand Focus of 9 Hells and the Focal Manipulator. So I have the research for both of these right here. Now, there is one thing I want to discuss before we actually get into looking at the research notes for them. So I was having trouble getting this focal manipulation research available. It said that there was prerequisite research I didn't have yet, and I was really confused. And this can occasionally happen if things like this focal manipulation are linked to other research on the tree, but not directly. So to be able to research this, you need to have all of these basic ones researched. I had the equal trade and the excavation researched, but I wasn't allowed to get it until I had the shock and frost focus researched. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with that, try that out, and that should allow you to actually get this research. Aside from that, it's actually relatively easy research. So this is going to be the research for the focal manipulator, and that's right here. You can pause the video as usual if you want to take a look at it. And then the next one is going to be the Tiny Terrors, the Wand Focus of 9 Hells research note, which is this one right here. Again, relatively easy, quick to do. Pause the video if you need on that one. And now we can get both of these researched. Ooh, we gained Warp because I think that was the one that was marked as Forbidden Knowledge. Okay, so that actually made me jump a little bit. But now that we have this, we can get this with 3 experience levels, so this should do the warp again. Yeah, okay, so that's just another minor forbidden knowledge. Okay, so if we were to click on this one, this says the upgrade changes the summoned bats into vampire bats. Not only will they suck the life out of their target to replenish their own, but some of the stolen life force is given to their summoner, being us, which I think is awesome. And then if we look at just the Wand Focus of 9 Hells, it's relatively easy to make. The Bestia is actually relatively easy to get if you use eggs, leather, meat, anything like that you would get from killing an animal. And then it's just going to take 3 shards and then magma cream and 3 nether quartz. It's a minor instability infusion, so we can actually do that one right now. So we have the 3 nether quartz, we have magma cream, and I've been getting a couple other shards because we're going to be using an okay amount today to make sure that we can replenish the aura around us. But we're going to need these 3 right here. And we can come over, so the magma cream goes in the center, and then we are going to have if we have 6 things, we're going to let's put 2 shards over here. We can put the nether quartz right there, and like that. Okay, so let's get our staff out, and let's go. Oh gosh, okay, I forgot to put these in there. We got to get some of these in there. I forgot these aren't totally full yet. That is my bad. Okay, let's get the leather in there real quick, because that'll get us which one is it getting first? Okay, that was so bad on my part. I forgot to put these in. Okay, we need one more Ignis, so we're going to let the netherrack go. That'll get us the Ignis we need. Then we're going to throw the leather back in there, and something popped off. Okay, so that was an example of something that's very bad to do with this, but we should be able to make do with what we've got anyway. And then we're going to have to take the leather out, and we'll throw sugarcane in there because it's going to need... Okay, so there we go. We made it. Don't worry. So the mistake there was I forgot to actually get all the essentia distilled first that we're going to need for this. I had 1 too little Ignis, I want to say. I had like 4 too few on air, and then I did not have any Bestia at all. But I think we made it. I don't think anything else popped off. So that's the first time I've actually messed up on that, but I guess I was just too excited to get this going. Okay, so we should get, there we go, we gained some warp from that, but we have the Wand Focus of 9 Hells. Okay guys, so now that this wand focus is good to go, we can start looking into the Focal Manipulator itself, which again is going to allow us to upgrade this wand and make it even more awesome than it already is. So, if we look at the Focal Manipulation tab, it's pretty easy to craft. You are going to make it in the Arcane Workbench, it's not an infusion, and pretty much the brief description of this is going to be you can put wand foci in and then you can upgrade them, I believe 5 times. Certain levels are going to just be bland upgrades such as costing less V to use or doing 20% more damage, but then other levels like 3 and 5 are going to give you really awesome upgrades that are going to kind of specialize your wand foci. So for example, if we look at the shock wand focus, the first 2 levels could be used on this for, like I said, increased damage, decreased cost, but then at level 3 you can specialize it and make it either attack slower and chain between different enemies, or you can make it, I want to say it shoots out like a ball that hurts things around it. We're not actually going to work with this one today, but that's just an example for you. And then of course this Vampire Bats upgrade is going to be the tier 5 one for this. I can't remember what the tier 3 upgrade is, but we're going to find out today. So crafting this is relatively easy, except for the Primal Charm. That can get a little bit annoying, but we just need to make a balance shard, and then we can just craft this. So we can run over, let me make sure I am going to need to get a shard for this. Which one? We have air, should be good. So throw that in there. Oh, you know what? We need more Ignis. Okay, so we actually used up pretty much all that we had with that last infusion. Let's just forget that I almost missed the infusion because I didn't have enough Essentia. Okay, so we do have enough now. So we got the balance shard, and now we can go over and craft the Primal Charm. Okay, so got the gold in there. You know what? I can just shift click this. It'll make it a lot faster. And, oh, that needs to recharge. I forgot that we actually used that for crafting. Oh, you know, we can just throw this one in there for now, right? What? Oh, it wasn't sitting in my hotbar. I am so bad at this. Okay, so we get the Primal Charm, and we can put these both back in the hotbar. They should recharge relatively fast because we're getting 3 every tick, or every time it, you know, goes up now. But what we can do next is actually start crafting the... Oh gosh, what do we need to craft? Wait, so we got the Primal Charm. I'm forgetting what I was going to use that for. Why did I get 2 sets of those out? I am spacing out right now. You know what? Let's go over to the Focal Manipulator. So we have the Primal Charm for that, and then we're going to need the gold, 2 arcane stone, regular arcane stone slab, some iron, and a stone table. Stone table is really easy to craft. So we can get all of that in there, and this one should be recharged enough. Okay, so there we go. We have the Focal Manipulator. Get that out of there. And we can throw this down pretty much anywhere. I'll throw it down, let's just throw it down right over here. So it doesn't look like that special of a block, but it's going to make things really awesome. So we want to get our wand focused. We got to take it off of the Silverwood staff right now. So we'll just shift F. And we can throw any of them in there, but we're going to start out by throwing this one in there. And you can see we have 2 upgrades here. So these are the common upgrades that you'll see. This one is Frugal, which reduces the V cost of the focus by powers by 10% per level. And this one is Potency, which is going to upgrade the damage by 20% per level. So if we wanted to throw in Excavation, there is a different one, which is Treasure, which is Fortune or Looting, but it does have Potency and Frugal. And if we throw in the Equal Trade, again it has Frugal, but it wouldn't have Potency because it doesn't do any damage, but it upgrades the area that it can actually affect. So we're going to just work on the 9 hells because it is going to take a long time to actually get it up. You can see this one is the first enchantment on this. It's kind of sparkling around the first one of the 5. And I think I am going to want to go with, I kind of want to go with Frugal. If we look at the experience levels, it's going to list what it requires. So it's going to take V from the area around it, which is why last episode we worked on getting the aura totems ready to go so that we could replenish all of the aspects around us. But it is going to take this from the area around us. So if we went with Frugal, it would require an extra 100 air, but it would take the same experience cost, and that's why I got to level 29. I was 32 earlier, but I guess this is kind of a big decision because you can't actually remove these, at least for the time being. So you would have to make another, in my right now for me it would be another wand focus of 9 hells and redo all of these. But I think we're gonna go with Frugal. So we'll start that upgrade, and you can see this starts to go down as it's absorbing things from the area around it, and you have a nice particle, animation. Now the one thing that I want to keep in mind, so right here, this just dropped drastically around us. So I am actually going to throw I'm going to throw an air shard in here right now to replenish this. Because it looks like that one dropped pretty low, and we're going to want to make sure that, okay, so we need to replenish with an air shard and an entropy shard. So you can see we did the first enchantment on there. So this one has Frugal on it if you hover over it. Now again, we're at the second level. We have another set. So we have Frugal and Potency. I think I'll go with one Potency just to try out both of them. Because Frugal 10% is not a huge difference. Neither is 20%. But we might as well just throw both of them on there. So Potency is going to require Aqua, Perdicio. It's not going to require Air, but it's going to require 12 levels. So let's see how this is doing. It's replenishing that pretty nicely. This is also relatively low. I don't know if we'll have enough of that, but we'll go with Potency. We'll start the upgrade. So it's going to suck it out, and then we're actually not going to have enough levels for the next upgrade that I'm going to get on this, so I am going to have to go off camera. I do have a relatively good technique when it comes to farming levels. I did come across a spawner when I was doing some mining, and it's a very crude spawner setup down in the mine, but I just go down there and grind out a couple levels with some stone swords, and pretty much just call it a day. Now, it'll be more effective if I pretty much just grind out, oh gosh, okay, pay no attention to that. But it would be easier if I were to just grind out the needed amount of levels and come back up. So this time I'm not going to grind out until 30. But yeah, you can see it's going a little slow. We are getting very low on a couple of these. If you saw on the Aqua one, it dipped all the way down to the crystal down there, and it's coming back up. But okay, so now we get to level 3, and this is where you'll see these two cool upgrades that'll show up here. So we again have Frugal and Potency, but you're not going to want those on this for the third one. You're going to want one of these cool ones. So we have Bat Bombs, and we have Devil Bats. So let's take a look at both of these before I hop off to get more experience. So Bat Bombs will make the summoned fire bats even more volatile. They will always explode when they contact their target, and the explosion will do a lot more will be a lot more potent than normal. This one, applied to the summoned bats, are larger, tougher, and nastier. They will never explode, but keep attacking till it expires or is slain. So I actually want Devil Bats. I don't want Bat Bombs. So we're going to go with this one, which is going to require a lot of Aqua, a lot of Terra, and some Perdicio. So while I'm off camera, I'm going to pretty much suck up as much Perdicio into our area as possible so that it's a lot easier. I'm going to have to go get 7 levels, so I will be back once I have done that. Okay guys, so we are back. I did get a little carried away while I was watching Netflix. I'm actually rewatching Lost right now for some reason. So I was just killing things mindlessly and didn't realize I went up to level 24, almost 25. But we should be good to go for at least the next upgrade on this. And I have the Perdicio in our area going back up very slowly. But as you can see, there's really nowhere around here other than that corner right over there that's getting replenished very fast. So the totem is doing its best, but it's not doing that much. We may need to look into other means of getting stuff over here, like actual nodes, but hopefully we can get the Devil Bats done. It doesn't require as much Aqua, or it doesn't require as much Perdicio as Aqua and Terra, but we'll start that upgrade and we'll let it run. This one could take a little bit longer. It does really depend on what it's going to have to take in, and I assume next level we're probably going to need to be like 24 for this one, maybe 22. Actually, it started at 6, then it went 12, 18, so we're going to need to be 24, and then we'll need to be 30 for the level 5 one, which I guess makes sense. So yeah, so it's almost done with Perdicio. I didn't realize it gets them at the same time. I guess that makes it go a little bit faster, but I'm super excited to try this out. The only downside that I've noticed is you actually need something to have them attack before you can summon them, unless I was doing it wrong last time I tried. So I went outside, and the only things that were around were creepers, and unfortunately when you have the bats attack those, at least the fire bats, they light them on fire and then the creepers explode before you can kill them, so I could not get a good sense of the damage that we were doing, but hopefully these ones will be even cooler. So next level is going to be, again, Potency or Frugal. I'm probably going to go with Frugal, again, just to get 20% on the reduced cost, and then we'll have 20% increased damage. The only thing is I'm trying to think of the cost right now. So if we were to get 10% is really doing, yeah, so we need to get 20% to actually make this do something, depending on how it rounds, because it requires 5 of each, so 10% would put that to a decimal, and I don't know if it rounds down or up. So we're actually going to have to go with Frugal if we want to make sure the first one is useful, because I don't know if when we're actually using this, if it's going to count by decimals, by whole numbers, or if it's going to round up or down when it's at 0.5. So let's throw this on and see if we can do anything with it. Okay, so we can't unless we go down into the mine or something. So I guess we'll wait until it's level 5 and then we'll test it out. So I'm going to go and get a little bit more experience so we can get the next set on this. Let's just take a look at what it's going to cost. So 24, I was right, so we're going to need 24 and then 30. Okay guys, so we are back yet again, and this time I did not get as carried away, probably because it takes a lot longer once we start getting into 24, 25, 26, so I was actually paying attention this time, but we're going to throw the Wand Focus of 9 Hells back in there. Again, we're going to go with the Frugal, which is going to require a lot of stuff, so I might actually upgrade this to Frugal, and while it's upgrading, I'm probably going to hop off camera again. I just wanted to jump back to let you guys know what was going on, but I'll probably hop off camera again. There's not going to be anything special that happens when this is done. The next one is going to be we'll jump back before I click on the next one, but yeah, it's going to be 30 levels, so I'm going to go grind out those 30 levels, and I don't know how things are going to go over here. I'm actually going to throw another, I need to grab another entropy shard to throw in there so that this is replenishing. I'll actually throw 2 in there because I'm going to want this to continue replenishing. It's going to use it for this level and for the next one, so hopefully things will be okay. The air is getting kind of low. Yeah, everything's dropping a lot. I need to start getting some nodes around here. But yeah, so we're going to do the Frugal. We're going to start that upgrade. And now I will go do even more grinding to get some experience. And then we'll be back yet again. Okay guys, so we are back for the last time this episode. Sorry for all the cuts, but it does make it a little bit easier to actually do all of this stuff, especially because it allows me to watch Netflix on my other monitor while I'm killing zombies. But yeah, so I started the Vampire Bats upgrade when I got back because it actually did require like 1500 aqua. I want to say it was like 1200 to 1000 Perdicio and Terra, and then like 500-ish air. So it did cost a lot. I've been sitting here for probably like 5 to 10 minutes waiting for this to finish, and Perdicio is still very slowly going down because if you look over here, you can see all the ones we've been using, which have been Perdicio, Terra, Aqua, and some air. But yeah, so these are replenishing at an okay rate because they've got some nodes around here that can replenish them. So usually when I'm using them, there's a huge spike in the center that goes all the way down to the crystal, and that was happening with both of these when it was sucking them out, and now they're still replenishing relatively quickly. But if we look over here, this one is just almost completely drained, and it's only sparkling because we're sucking stuff back in with the totem over here. So this is going to finish at a wicked slow rate right now. You can see it's going by like 1 or 2 every time, whereas the other ones were going by like 4 or 5. So when it does finish, we'll get to try this out. I will make a point of going to find something we can attack. If, you know, it has to be a passive mob, then so be it. But I do want to see these extra large vampire bats in action. Now, one thing that's a little unfortunate is this is the only upgrade on the 5th one for this at least. I don't know if that's the case with other ones. I haven't really looked into 5th level upgrades. I don't imagine I'm supposed to be trying to get 5th level upgrades this early on, you know, before I have like nodes and before I have better farms and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure the 3rd level upgrade would do more than fine for us. But yeah, so this one is pretty much the only option. I don't see why you'd go with Frugal or Potency other than that or over this. But yeah, we'll see this in action. It should be pretty awesome. And then probably like next episode we'll try, oh gosh, didn't mean to pull that out, but we will try our best to fix this aura issue. We were supposed to fix it with this totem over here, but it fixes most of these except this right here because there's no node to suck it from anywhere. So we'll head over, I want to say in that direction, and see if there's a node hanging out over there that we can get. Okay, so it's at 145 right now. I think we do have a little bit of time left in this, but again, I'm going to grab out another entropy shard and throw it in there, just to be sure that it continues replenishing it as best it can so that we can actually continue using our wands and stuff until we figure out a solution to this problem. What is it at right now? Okay, 95. We'll watch it while it finishes. It should be relatively quick because I have nothing else to do. Just thought I'd ask you guys, have you been playing Pokemon Go at all recently? Because I have, and the nice thing is that I work at Staples, so it's actually a Pokestop or Pokeshop. I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, so I've been sitting there and I get tons of Pokeballs when I'm at work because they refresh like every 5 to 10 minutes, so I can just keep on clicking on it and clicking on it and clicking on it. Haven't caught that many Pokemon while I'm at work, but I have been getting a ton of Pokeballs built up, so I'm planning on going out later tonight to actually do that when there's no one on the road, because I live in the suburbs. But yeah, I can drive really slow then, and hopefully no cops think I'm like scouting out places to rob, but I'm actually just trying to be the Pokemon master. But yeah, feel free to post in the comments, tell me if you're playing Pokemon Go. I imagine at least some of you are, because it is the new craze. But yeah, back to Thaumcraft. So we got Frugal 2, Potency, Devil Bats, Vampire Bats. I don't know if the Devil Bats and the Vampire Bats overlap, but prepare for FPS drops, everyone. Prepare for it, because I don't know why. It happens every time I run out here, so we need to get past this area and over into the meadows over there. So, okay, there's like a frame skip or two. Okay. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh, there's some more. Okay, we'll see if we can go kill these cows over here. Vampire bats attacking cows. Okay, so let's see. Let's use one. Okay, so there they go. They're not flaming bats anymore, but you can see if you look at their eyes, they're like red. So if I were to hurt myself right now, I would actually be gaining life back. But let's see. So we can't cast them super fast, but we can have a couple out there. Look at that. Look at them doing work. This is actually really cool. I think this would be really awesome to do. Just come out at night and let these guys fly around and use them. It would be nice if we had, better aspects around us in terms of the aura around us, because I'm afraid, yeah, like we got right here, this one is like we're good on Terra, but we don't have any of those around here for like Perditio or anything, so that's what's kind of screwing with us. So I will work on fixing that. What is that one over there? We're gonna get lag when I come over here to look at this, but what is this one over here? This one is, okay, so that one, Ordo. Okay, yeah, so next episode we'll be dealing with this aura problem, most likely with nodes, but hopefully you enjoyed the episode today, guys. If you did, feel free to give it a like if you found it informative, entertaining, any of that stuff, and I will talk to you guys later.